Well, the Louisa County Sheriff's Office, in partnership with the Virginia State Police and the NAACP and the Central Virginian, present the inaugural Community Strong event that aims to create sort of an open dialogue between citizens and local law enforcement to address issues and concerns. Here to tell us more, Greg Jones from the NAACP, along with Tabitha Cosner, Public Information Officer from the Louisa County Sheriff's Office. Good morning to you folks.
Good morning.
To see you. Thanks for coming in. First, tell us, Tabitha, what was the reasoning behind this event that you wanted to really create that community strong?
Sure. So at the core, our community is a strong community. We want to continue to expand on that, and we want to continue to grow our community with that knowledge. And so based on that desire, we wanted to basically kind of take this further, and what events could we offer that would be community strong? And so we took a look at our culture and you know, the issues occurring within our world today, and so we wanted to really hone in on that and continue to build our community. So our purpose in this is to create an open and honest dialogue for our community with law enforcement. So that way the law enforcement can offer an opportunity for, you know, the community to ask any questions that they may have pertaining to, you know, any inquiries that they have regarding our community, how we do law enforcement, and to really build that community and that bond that we have.
Greg, we've seen some issues here all across the country between certain parts of our community, the African American community with law enforcement, Charlotte, just to name one, and the list goes on and on and on.
Yes.
Tell us, how can an open dialogue, open communication help the communication grow stronger between the communities?
Anytime that you can communicate with people, especially in an area in which that you already have some issues going on, communication is the lifeline of any group of people. And if we can open up that communication, then of course there are always things that are hidden in the back of people's minds that they don't necessarily know where to get the answer or know the answer. So by doing what we are doing, and as you already said, when we look at the landscape of what is going on, like you said in Charlotte or Baltimore or wherever you might want to look, we don't want things like that to creep into our community. So therefore, if we can open up that type of dialogue, if we can open up that kind of communication, then hopefully we can prevent things from happening. And that's not to say that it won't, that's not to say that it can't, but hopefully we can identify situations that could be potential. And our law enforcement has done a great job for us. And that's why I went to the sheriff and the major and said, I think we need to do something like this. And they all agreed, and therefore where we are having the event, I think it's going to be great.
Taking some proactive steps. Now, what is the forum set up like? How is it going to work?
So at the beginning, it's going to be an hour and a half long, the entire event. And so basically the first 30 minutes, it's going to be law enforcement sharing with the community, basically introducing themselves, why they do what they do. And then we will break off into tables after that. That is basically table topics. Any type of questions that they may have, again, regarding law enforcement, we can offer that, and they can have that one-on-one dialogue with our law enforcement, with Virginia State Police, and the town of Louisa as well.
So a lot of times when you have these open forums, it degenerates into a shouting match because you have a wide open forum. But if you're talking to a person one-on-one across the table,
yes.
Does that help, Greg?
Absolutely. You can avoid the shouting match by allowing people to come to you one-on-one, face-to-face, and ask whatever question. And sometimes, the officer or the individuals may say in a given situation, they might say, can I speak to you privately over here about something? Well, that kind of eliminates the part where you got multiple people trying to talk to someone at the same time. Now you can have that one-on-one. And that's what we are hoping is that we can create that one-on-one conversation, that we can create the atmosphere to where the community, the African American community, the Latino, the Asian, the white, whatever it is, that you can create that atmosphere that, you know what, we can trust each other. And as it would have it to be, if you can trust somebody, then that means that we protect each other.
And Tabitha, I'm sure that is so important to have the community on the law enforcement side, because
Absolutely.
you depend on the community so much to maybe call in some tips.
Sure, and that is one thing I've noticed even in the current position that I'm in. I mean, we definitely rely on the community's help for any situation that may occur within our community, and that is one thing we value about the County of Louisa, is they are very community-based, and they value the same thing we value as law enforcement, and the support that we've seen from them has been amazing, and so we want to continue to give back to them, and in the way to do that, this is where we wanted to provide this event of our way of saying, because you've given back to us, we want to give back to you, and we want to open this dialogue to give you that opportunity to connect more and to grow more as a community.
The community, is it open to all?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Wonderful. Well, we have some information right here. The Community Strong event is this Saturday, October 22nd from 1 to 2:30. It's at the Betty Queen Center in Louisa County. We're going to post a link right on our show website by early afternoon at WTVR.com/VTM, where you can find all the information.